is going to be Bind. It was a gamble between that or Haven. Just talking about these agent loadouts we're going to be potentially seeing here. So what do you think we should be looking into as we go into this matchup? You said that there was going to be some nice Killjoy and Cypher mains, people just fragging out the entire time. Choice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're probably going to be seeing Figure on the Killjoy, Unholy Kid on the Omen, and on the side of Carpe Noctem, we're going to see Polly on the Sova. I'm pretty darn sure we're going to see the Sova on there, and then we're going to see just kind of the normal fraggers. We're probably going to see a Jet and a Raze on both sides. But it looks like we are jumping into this right now, and no one has picked their agents as of yet, but once we do see those agents start coming through, oh my goodness, Figure is actually going for the Cypher this time, Bemmy.
Okay, well, like you said, it looked like they were going to go into it. It must have been a
Just
spectator glitch, so
yep.
no problem. I mean, all right, looking at these loadouts, we actually got a couple of duelists, so interesting to see that we're going to have potentially more of an aggressive take. That being said, though, the Raze is a fantastic agent to push up here on defense on Bind, just because there's so many angles that the Bomb Buddy can be sort of knocked around with and get a lot of information that way, and also just sort of slowing down the enemies in general. Plus, a lot of great place to blast pack, and the showstopper almost is like a bowling alley for it. It just gets a strike every time. It will find somebody at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one thing that's really funny though, Bemmy, is as of late, we've seen a lot of whiffed showstoppers, which is really
Uh-oh.
unfortunate, especially on Bind. For some reason, people have kind of figured out how to, I don't know, just escape that bowling ball that you were just talking about. But hopefully today we're going to see some ridiculous showstopper plays. And speaking of some crazy plays, look at this setup from Carpe Noctem. It is a what is this, a 1-2-1-1? This is a very interesting push, and it looks like they're just really going for as much info as possible.
Well, it's certainly smart to get the info as soon as you can. It is only the pistol round, so you may not be worried about trying to take 1v1 duels, as everybody's sort of on that even playing field. Potentially some ghosts here and there, just see if they can get the one tabs. Right off the bat, the first duel will take place. Tony will spot some people coming from hookah. The stun will come out, and it looks like it is going to be a B push. Figure will drop down and already get one tap by Polly. Beautifully done as everything just starts sort of falling apart. JP2 will go down, so that's a spike gone. And Tony just sort of playing ring around the rosy. Will knows the Killjoy gets that headshot as well. Oh my goodness, they get it through all the way, but almost gets the ace, but they will lock it down. It seems super scary, but Carpe just absolutely overwhelmed by the power of Tony.
I love the fact that you just said by the power of Tony, because it seems like in the VSS we have all of these amazing players with like really fun names, but always the kids with just like kind of normal names. There's Tony.
Yeah.
I can't even like remember some of the other ones because I'm just so in shock of how solid Tony looked in that hold. There was no fear at all in that aiming.
I mean, hey, when you're a duelist and you know what your job is to frag out, sometimes you just go into that one-track mind and you can just feel your instincts come out. Beautiful paranoia coming in there. Great stuff. Didn't even need to trade there. And Ari looking strong for YFP as they just sort of start locking things down. Obviously, this is a save coming in for Carpe, but the fact that they got a flawless makes that economy just even more stronger going down the line.
Oh, absolutely. YFP looking super strong right now. Tony 6-0 at the moment, just absolutely demolishing any push from Carpe Noctem at the moment. But now we're going to see some guns in the hands of Carpe Noctem, and hopefully we're going to see some pretty good plays from Carpe in this next round from YFP.
Couple light armor buys into this, so we'll see how that works out. You got to be wondering that they're probably just going to play in the backline. It makes sense that it would be the Killjoy and the Sova that are just going to be mainly getting intel and playing a little bit more of that support role. But we'll see if they can at least trade something. Larry takes down Polly, and Get Greedy actually goes down as well. So already off the bat, this is sort of falling apart for pushing it back, and they will be even get the skill orb here too, Choice.
This is kind of an unfortunate situation for Carpe Noctem at the moment, but not Teddy with the patience of a saint. Is going to be hanging out there. Jangler is going to be going down to the Vandal of not Teddy. And so this is going to be a very interesting setup from Carpe Noctem. If they can actually get the Phoenix from this, oh my gosh, the teleporter room, excuse me, then they will be set up a little bit better. But no, they're actually going to slowly rotate on over to the A side, which is probably exactly what they need to be doing in this situation. But they are going to be met with the Phantom of Tony, Bemi.
Oh boy, the most Jersey name out there so far in this game. Already missed the shot though. JP2 is able to pick it up, and now that is U-Haul gone for them. Larry's going to get flashed as well, and they're going to try to hold down. Maybe 5-2. They line up for Larry. They go down, but the damage has already been done. It's now 1v2, and Carpe, they need to make sure that Teddy is able to secure this, or not Teddy. Depends on who they are, but they get tagged, and you know exactly where they are. Coming for safety. Oh my gosh, they return the favor in kind, and pure mechanical skill will close it out. Teddy just got that handed to them for free.
Oh my goodness. What is this grand finals matchup in round 1 of the group stage, Bemi? This is ridiculous. You love seeing stuff like this. I mean, last night they played grand finals against each other, these two teams. And so, I mean, I think we're really seeing the fact that they want the revenge. I don't know who won, but one of these teams is really pushing for the revenge play.
100%. I mean, both of these playstyles feel like it, though. Taking not unnecessary risks, but definitely risks all the same, and really respect this. But let's get back into the game. Carpe now has a round in their sleeve, and can they tie it up here and keep the momentum going? YFP did have a couple of rounds strung together, and they've been bonusing, so they can buy back into this easily. So now they really need to make sure that Carpe can get an inch and make it into a mile. Use the utility to get information. They already smoked Tony out, so they can't get much information from Elbow. Fury Hunter out, comes out. Will they be able to buy anything? They tried to deny the plan, but it won't be so. But at least they get some damage onto the Cypher, or excuse me, the Omen. So that way, at least there's a little something for their trouble. And do get to reveal. They're actually going to fall back over to Long. Just kind of play a little bit of the game as the defense will start coming out. The lockdown does come in, but Carpe is not going to be looking forward to this. Tony does manage to find it. If it was going to be anybody, Tony's going to finally get a showstopper frag onto the stream. Good job, Tony. And there we go. Not afraid of any lockdown, and it looks like another clean round for YFP.
Talk about a clean round. I mean, that was a really tough retake by them because they completely moved back off of the site. And Carpe Noctem, I mean, good on them for trying to really set themselves up for a success in that moment. But in reality, YFP just were hitting their shots, and it doesn't matter what angle they were shooting from. They were hitting those shots, and I mean, good on YFP for retaking that site. But yeah, this is going to be another really telling round. We've got Sheriffs in the hands of Carpe Noctem and some really fun tripwire setups from Fig. So here we go. We are going to be jumping into this next round, and hopefully we'll see at least a couple of nice quick headshots from Carpe Noctem, but just don't know yet.
Well, we'll certainly hope, or at least take a couple of guns out of there, and then we'll certainly do that. At the moment, Carpe? Oh, okay. Carpe's actually got a player advantage, so firepower is still in favor for YFP. That said, though, the Rays being low on health means that they have to play a little bit more of the defensive role and not be able to push up there as much as they would like. They don't want to give this round to Carpe, because this would be a pretty thrifty round choice.
Yes, it would. Sheriffs up against Vandals and Phantoms. I mean, it's always a feels bad whenever you lose a round like that.
True.
But, I mean, the Sheriff, if you can hit those shots, it really gives you it gives you the shot or the chance to be able to do a crazy round just like that. So Pauly moving up by himself, trying to make as much noise on A as possible. So Figure is going to have a lot of work on his hands. He's got 3 members of Carpe Noctem, and some health is going to be taken down as well. The flashpoint comes out, and my goodness, Bemi, this actually is a free site for Carpe Noctem.
It will be. They're stringing something together here. You are absolutely right. And the fact that Figure fell back, very smart of them, because they wanted to try to regroup here. But they got to be aware of Tony. Tony does not care about their health totals. They care about getting headshots. Big and Tony, they set up the crossfire. They smoked it out. just waiting for everybody. Paulie does go down, getting a couple of shots in smoke. The nade as well, Tony. Oh my goodness, Tony gets one more for their trouble, and they'll line up, but they'll at least secure it, and they get the defuse. So YFP, very risky, but they still get the round all the same.
Yeah, that was well played by Carpe Noctem, even though they kind of played the same exact way they played last round. I mean, I feel like they did it a little bit cleaner this time. They got the frags out. I mean, they brought them down to 2 members of YFP, and they took out all of the shields. So that's at least some econ that they denied from YFP, and that in itself is has got to feel good for Carpe Noctem.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a safe round. You weren't really expecting to win. So the fact that you almost got the win and almost were able to take away guns and put a dent into the economy, because it's still relatively pretty close since it's early into the first half. You are feeling good about yourself. I think Carpe's been doing a great job. It's just that, unfortunately, mechanical-wise, just YFP's been catching them off guard right now.
Yeah, and they've been hitting those headshots in a really beautiful way. And that is a wonderful camera from Figure. And it looks like Hunter's Fury is going to be coming out and actually picks up Unholy Kid on the backside of A. This is huge for Carpe Noctem. This is exactly what they need, but no! Just underscoring runs into the gun barrel of Tony.
Tony's got eyes of steel. They just focus down and just them down with absolute firepower. Teddy will be able to lock down, but Paranoia comes in, but still able to shoot through the smoke. Figure's able to trade it out, but still player advantage for Carpe. This is definitely the round that they would like to win. If they lose this one, they will have to save. Tony does at least get one. They know that they like to hang out at B long, so there's definitely somebody there. They're aware of it. So now they just gotta be aware of Paulie, and I don't think they are. Paulie's hanging out. The Rolling Thunder will come in. Tony gets stunned. Will they be able to follow it up, though? They wait a little bit too long. No, they will actually lock it down, and Paulie was able to pick it up off screen. So there we go. Another round for Carpe, and a much-needed round at that to try to catch up their choice.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you catch up to 12-3? Look at Tony up at the top of everything. 12-3 with 0 assists. The best, I mean, that's the best kind of stat line if you are a duelist in this current meta, I guess you can say. But once again, harping on Carpe Noctem, that was a fantastic round. Paulie did the slow play and went all the way back to CT spawn. Came in with the perfect flank, and that's what really gave Carpe Noctem that full win.
Let's see if they can string another thing together. Larry gets another one, but they're able to trade it out, and this is a good buddy system coming in. So unfortunately, the smokes are gone, but the player disadvantage is not there. Trade it out. That said, though, if they try to challenge Heaven, it'll be tough. Paulie's able to also get the bomb buddy too, so the health total still working out well. Gets 2 for 1. This is working out great so far for Carpe. Great patience so far.
Yeah, I think they've really kind of learned how aggressive Tony is up in showers. Getting really good frags over there in the showers area, but this time I think Paulie was ready for it, was able to get the frag instead onto Tony. We're going to send in the fault line and actually move off, but Unholy Kid moving in as fast as possible with this, run it back, but is not going to get anything out of it, but they know that they actually backed off of that area, and that's enough intel to be able to maybe kind of rotate a couple of members, but no, it looks like YFP are actually going to stick to the A side and hold this site.
Certainly allows Figure to prepare themselves mentally, just in case they have to run into a 2v4. Yeah, it looks like they are committing. Unfortunately, though, they do have to trade out, but actually, it is still in favor, so the fact that Carpe was able to do it is great. And all's Jangler. Paulie's able to lock down U-Haul. Now Figure is just in this awkward situation. See if they can 1v3 this. Certainly doable, but they have light armor as opposed to full armor. So, honestly, one tap from a Vandal will just do the trick here. They gotta be careful, and the turret's gonna reveal them. This is already gonna be tough. They do manage to find one. Paulie will get the information to find that there's gonna be an enemy nearby. They get stunned. This is already looking very dire. They can just try their best to take the guns out of the hands of the enemy. They actually managed to find one, but they actually get the Brimstone. They will be able to, but JP2 flashes them and just denies any possibility of that. A very close round, and Carpe still working on bringing it back, and they're coming close to a choice.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, you and I, Bemi, about how Figure is a really fantastic Sentinel player. Sometimes can really clutch out a situation with his aiming potential. And, I mean, this time, they kind of proved that. That was fantastic. Taking 2 members out of 3 in a 1v3 situation as a Cypher, I mean, that was great play from Figure there.
Yeah. On top of that, the last one was the Breach, and unfortunately Breach has currently in this meta 5 million flashes, so it's going to be hard to overwhelm that. Larry, though, making a bang for their buck, able to get Pauly. That's pretty big, especially with the fact that this is the first time the YFP has technically had to save. They've had such a pretty consistent economy because of the amount of bonuses that they've been doing collectively, so we'll see if they can get the one-taps going on. That said, though, pushing up into showers, they kind of give an A-side for free, but Tony doesn't care about giving sights. They want to take frags, and Larry drops it. The Showstopper will go down, but the Furious Hunter still keeps them in the advantage, and is 1 Vandal versus 2 Sheriffs. Will the Outlaw win, or will they finally throw him behind the cell? It is just underscoring. Last one remaining. Does manage to find one, maybe no, but Figure locks it down, and the Cypher mechanical plays get it, and a thrifty round won by YFP to keep the lead going. Your choice.
Oh my goodness. Off of the back of Tony's most ridiculous headshots. I mean, excuse me, just 1 headshot, but still, that was the play that really kind of kept them inside of this matchup. And, oh, wow, just a great play from YFP, keeping them alive in this situation. Got a couple of free guns and took a ton of guns out of the hands of Carpe Noctem. And look, Not Teddy only has a Sheriff in full armor. Really unfortunate situation for this round for Carpe Noctem. This is going to be a very telling round on how their econ's going to be for the rest of this first half. So hopefully they could pull this round off in a nice slow, maybe not slow actually.
Well, interesting timing with the shock dart. Almost gets them. Not that he's just going to go out, try to get some information. Furious Hunter comes out. They managed to get that. Rolling Thunder as well. There's a full ult economy going in here for Carpe Noctem to try to bring this down. But Jangler's actually the first one to get first blood. And they're able to work well. Not Teddy does at least find 1 Phantom for their trouble, but the spike has yet to be planted. 55 seconds remaining, but the crossfire and the sight is on lockdown here. You might be better off just rotating with what you can get, as Get Greedy will also be brought down as well.
Right there.
This is definitely a tough situation. Not Teddy with the patience again.
Nice.
Ooh, Jangler though is making it a 1v3 situation. In a
3K for the trouble too.
Yeah. I was going to say a 0v3 situation there at the end.
True. This is good maths. I like it. Checks out. But, oh, gosh. Well, it seems like, you know, they have to go for another save again. I might have liked to seen potentially another early rotate. Fortunately, though, their economy ultimate-wise is in favor. But what do you think Carpe needs to do to start bringing this back to potentially a 6-6 here for the first half?
Oh, man. Currently, they're going to have to put a stop to the reign of terror from Tony. I mean, Tony is absolutely terrorizing them, including Unholy Kid at the moment. Get Greedy turns around at the absolute wrong time. And my goodness, YFP gets so aggressive in this round. And they're just kind of bowling over Carpe right now.
They are. It's rough. It is a save after all. So, you know, they'll try to at least get 1 duel win, but that's not going to be the case. They'll just get a Silver Ghost and deny any hopes and dreams for Carpe. And it's now a positive half for YFP Gaming.
Yes, it is. I have a feeling that, I don't know, YFP, they're doing a fantastic job on the defense side. They have this Cypher on, or Fig on Cypher, who is doing a fantastic job holding down a site and absolutely keeping Carpe off of B site. I mean, Carpe has been pushing A almost every single time, and because they know Fig is there on B site. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that YFP can keep this momentum through the attacker side, but it might be a little bit difficult.
A little bit of uphill battle. God, Greedy gets the shot onto Larry right before the smoke goes down. So Carpe, at least working on it. Holy Kid will get the flash though. That's the spike down, but they're able to trade it. Teddy, nicely done. Grabs the back. And this will be a site open for B, and now it is up to Tony and their Omen friend to lock it down. And they'll do the best they can. And while Tony's an amazing fragger, they can't always win it out for the team. And now it's Jangler in a 1v2 situation with the spike down. And Noctem, they can just play it safe. Just hang out wherever they want. Shadow Step trying to bait it. Oh, look at the headshot! Teddy saw the debate, but it just wasn't going to work out. And now it's a 1v1. And they're just hanging about in Garden. They know exactly where they are. They have to commit to this if they want to have any shot at just defusing this. It is in the back of the site, so they could try. The showstopper comes down. It misses, and they're able to get it. Is there enough time, though, I wonder?
I think so. Looks like this is going to be another round in the belt of YFP. Off of a crazy ballsy play from Jangler. I mean, just jumping into the site with no fear. I mean, it's 8-3 right now, Benny, and this is looking pretty dire for Carpe Noctem, but I'm really hoping to see some big plays from Not Teddy on the side of defense, because, I mean, if he's the top fragger right now as Killjoy, putting Killjoy on the defense side might actually give them even more of a chance to do some pretty crazy plays for Carpe Noctem.
That is very true, and to sort of put the cherry on top of what you're talking about, Choice, it is sort of, Bind is a very defense-favored map. There's no kind of, you know, jumping around it. There is just a lot of good vantage points, like Unholy Kid just shows you right there. You can't do that on attack as Cubby. You have to do that on defense. So, you know, giving, you know, 3 rounds may not look amazing right now, but if you look at the bigger picture, Pauly getting 2, nicely done. Bigger picture, potentially they can start bringing this back once they get on the defense. So they just need to get through this first half and they'll be fine. A lot of flashes going on, trades out, but oh my goodness, just underscore will just let them flash each other and then just take advantage of that. Probably just saying thank you to the YFP gaming team for just doing that to themselves.
Yeah. Send the thank you card on over to YFP for flashing themselves at least 3 times.
Ooh. All right, 4th round.
And what a round that was, Bemmy. My goodness. I mean, unfortunate situation for Unholy Kid, but now the switch has happened. Carpe Noctem are now on the side of defense. And hopefully, we're going to see some pretty big plays from Carpe Noctem to kind of bring themselves back. Like you were saying, you know, Bind is a very defensive-sided map, which I've pretty much seen in the VSS pretty consistently. But, my goodness, this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be tough for YFP to kind of make the switch, especially up against Not Teddy, who is the top fragger for the side of Carpe Noctem. Now setting up tons of util on this A short side. This is going to be really fun.
Fun is a great definition for this game, and we'll see how it unfolds. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely have a lot. Ooh, okay. That's actually big intel. I might actually start having one player rotate from A and just have 2A and 3B, depending on which. But it seems like YFP, they're going to play the waiting game right now. But yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, they have to focus Carpe because it's going to be an uphill battle, but it's not impossible. Now it's starting on the defense here, and with 4 rounds under your belt, I'd say that's at least the minimum effort that you need to do, and I'd say a pat on the back for them for at least staying consistent that way. So got some rounds on the board. Let's see if they can make this pistol round win worthwhile, because they need to win this in order to start making the snowball effect happen. Info will come out. Barely reveals himself, but there's already so many damage and 15 health remaining. Pauly goes down. Beautiful opening with util, and they're aware that somebody's at elbow. They're going to pursue that. I wouldn't recommend planting the spike, friends, before the rest of the team gets there, and they will. All right, they'll trust their friends. Nicely done. JP2 gets 1 headshot on the Holy Kid, but again, the trades are working out very well. Larry does manage to potentially give their opponents a ghost, but it's still a 3v3. Wait, they haven't planted yet. Are you kidding me? Tony's been holding onto the spike the whole time. They haven't been able to plant it. This is absolutely disastrous. the side of YFP Gaming. Carpe knocked him. Looking like they could do it. Figure does at least get one tap, but there's 10 seconds left, and I don't think they're going to be able to plant this. They just need to win the 1v2. Go in there. You got 5 seconds left. It's not going to work, and there we go. A much-needed pistol round picked up for Carpe.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what was going on in Elbow, but there was a lot happening in that situation. I mean, Carpe knocked him, kept their wits about them and stayed the course. And those right clicks from Not Teddy were clutch there. They kept the kills flowing on the side of Carpe. And YFP, I mean, what do you do in that situation? You just kind of roll over and let Carpe roll over you.
Yeah, maybe also plant the spike as well. I mean, I don't know why Tony was holding on to the spike the entire time.
Yeah.
It just felt like an awkward situation. I mean, once you plant the spike, Time Bank is on your side. So,
Right.
Interesting. All right, information revealed as well. We'll see if this force spy is going to work out. Teddy actually gets 3 for their trouble. That is massive. And Fig, yeah, I mean, this is a save round, so there's not much going on here. This is a proper save. My guess is that they are looking to really make this rifle round count for the next one, because, you know, YFP, they don't have too far to go. At least they took 1 gun out, but, I mean, RA, really solid stuff from Carpe. They're bringing it back. It's an 8-6 half so far, and, I mean, that's a really good score line for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's time to give Not Teddy a back brace right now, because Not Teddy is carrying Carpe Noctem on their back right now in a big way. 17 and 12 put themselves onto the top of the leaderboard right now in terms of kills. And now YFP, now that they've got a full buy in their hands, hopefully we're going to see a nice execute from them. But Justin is pushing in with this judge. Not going to get anything at the moment, but is going to be able to take down a tripwire, and that in itself is good enough intel for YFP to kind of push over onto the B side.
Oh, but them being revealed also means that Carpe read into this situation as they need to rotate. Look at that. The breach, the omen on the minimap. They're over at elbow already. They're going to be working on stunning some folks. And right now, YFP just wants to make sure that they don't peek as many places as they can. But Get Greedy hanging on the back gets 1. Good trade, but that is valuable for Carpe at the moment because they haven't planted the spike yet. And now, Jangler, it's all by themselves. They have to shadow step away and they have to get out of the lockdown. They are now going to rotate once again. Nobody's at the A site though, except for one person, and that's Paulie. He gets shocked by the arrow. Can they at least get a couple of frags for the name to get 1? So they're still keeping it even Steven, and technically Carpe is still the advantage here because of the health total. Oh my gosh!
No,
Furies
Benny.
comes out, they're gonna get tagged. Oh my gosh, they dodged the last one. We'll see if they're able to lock this down though. Can they secure the round? This would be a much needed round win. Otherwise, Carpe's gonna pretty much just tie this up the next round because they'll have to save here on YFP. Jangler is able to get just under scoring, so Suhal Gumba is 1v2. They might line up for them. They shoot the turret down, they know exactly where they are. They're at A short. They're gonna push it up, they're gonna check truck, they're gonna get shot down. Carpe gets another around the board and brings it close to tying it and even more choice.
Oh my goodness. This is exactly what I was talking about off the back of Not Teddy and Paulie doing some ridiculous stuff and just underscoring as well, pumping in with that judge, that auto shotty, getting some work done with that. Carpe Noctem is coming back big. That's 3 rounds in a row. Well, technically 4, but 3 rounds in a row on this half. And YFP have got to be trembling in their boots at the moment because they are back on Sheriffs. Not feeling too good on the side of Econ, but hopefully they can get those headshots in this situation here.
Yeah, the Sheriffs make so much sense. You don't want to lose this lead, especially if you're on attack. The moment that you're on even playing field with defense, it's pretty much not an even playing field anymore here. Oh,
no way.
Going down. Yeah, Greedy. Well, you know, it's in the name. They're going to just go through the shots with the smoke, and they're just going to find something. Holy Kid does manage to get Teddy. So that's the raid boss down. But Greedy shoots, and they don't need to look at anything, Joyce. They just need to feel the force.
They are one with the Force, and the Force is one with them. Fig gets taken down to 19 HP. Unholy Kid gets his head taken off by Get Greedy, and there it is. Get Greedy. Oh no! Bemmy, get greedy, gets taken down.
Well, that's okay. I mean, at least they got the trade, so good job from F2P. Carpe is at least making sure that they don't get away with taking away their friends. And that's the solid part. And now, with a Stinger and 19 health, this pretty much is done and dusted. And we are going to have the lead potentially taken away from Carpe as they tie it up now due to the fact that there was a forced save, or a slight eco, if you will, from YFP Gaming.
Okay, I mean, that flick from JB2 was looking real crispy, looking solid onto the, almost the head of Fig there. But here it is, just like you're saying. I mean, we're seeing some full buys here, Bemmy, and hopefully we can see some, I mean, a really good execute again from YFP. They're having a hard time on the attacker side of Bind. I mean, which is pretty normal to say, especially when you kind of committed to that. Oh my goodness, the Hunter's Fury coming out from Polly.
Get out of the way! You gotta get these frags. All right, shoot down long to get some trades, but unfortunately Teddy sort of stood in the way of that, so they weren't able to find it. But Polly still works it out, gets a couple of frags for their problem, but Unholy Kid able to get two major headstabs, and that's major. They will be also able to get the information. Just going to drop the ultimate right there and try to clear out elbow, try to see if they get information. The flash comes out, they're going to shoot through the smoke, but already Greedy just pushed out from the smoke, and they'll get Jangler. Spike's been planted, but the player or actually no, it's 2v2. I spoke too soon. See, hanging out there. They do smoke it. That's pretty big. So
oh no!
We'll see what happens. But Unholy Kid, before he can even finish his sentence, will lock it down. YFP brings back the lead. A much-needed win, especially on attack.
Oh my goodness! The spray transfer from Unholy Kid was just absolutely unholy itself. Looking crispy from Unholy Kid right there, and that keeps their lead right now, Bemmy, and hopefully they can keep this momentum, because I mean, you got to be feeling good after that beautiful spray transfer. I mean, in a clutch situation like that, hopefully they can keep this momentum, and YFP, I mean, they're hoping at least to get the win here.
Oh, just shooting the arrow again. That is again major intel. Fortunately, Polly used the Hunter's Furies last round, so they just are only getting intel. But that does slow down any type of progression, because they can just easily cast us off guard. Maybe even encourage the Rays to see if they can find anything. Underscore might feel hungry if they were on B, that is, but we'll see if they rotate. That's my big question.
Tony, are we going to see the Molotov come out from not Teddy here? If he just activates it right now, he'll get some pretty good damage on a Tony. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Getting really aggressive is Teddy, and he's going to be able to take down Tony, and in this situation, he might actually get caught out by Fig. There it is! Caught out. That is a 1-for-1 trade, a beautiful trade from YFP there.
Big stuff also. Unholy Kid able to get Polly. Pretty massive. Denied information. Now player advantage and lockdown. Carpe not having a good time here. Nice cage as well from Fig. Means that they have to go around elbow to see if they can take it. And they're shooting shots just to make sure that nobody's in those corners. But every shot they shoot, they reveal their location. That's Hysteria. See if they can find anything. Jangler's just going to be hanging out. The Rolling Thunder rolls out. They're actually going to commit to the defuse here. Maybe at least get it halfway. No, they get shot down. Underscored. Massive stuff from YFP Gaming. Able to shoot it. Just the smokes weren't hiding anybody, and they just had to take the shots right then and there, and it worked out for them in their favor.
Man, some of these shots through the smoke, the kills through these smokes have been fantastic, Bemmy. I mean, we've been seeing some great ones. And I mean, I commend the try. They put the smoke down to try and cover the fact that they were on the spike there, diffusing. But no, it does not deter YFP at all. They were confident in shooting that little cubby there where the spike was. And kind of dueling Sovas in this situation here. Polly sends out the Owl drone down C long, and hopefully he's going to get some information, but the spike is over there on B. But
Well, it's
some,
vibe checking right now.
yeah, definitely. Got to get those vibe feelers out there.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta, read the room, if you will. As YFP have been read a lot of the times. Carpe's Sova has been able to get a lot of information, and they were like, you know what, I I don't know if I vibe with this yet. So they're taking a lot more slowly because YFP, they're getting close to finishing this out, and they don't want to give any breathing room, or they don't want to misstep anything. They want to make sure that all their dots are, or their I's dotted and their T's crossed. And already off the bat, getting Polly is massive, as now JP2 will try to fill the shoes of where Polly was. I don't think they'll be able to. They're just going to drop the flash, though. It's a good flash. They're not going to be able to find it because they get tagged and they fall back. Drop a flash, doing what they can to just at least secure this area. But, I mean, with every time they're trying to take this tool here in the elbow, the clock is ticking down, and already not 10 having to carry right now. They have the lockdown ready and online, thanks for the frags, but it's not going to be worth it. An 11th round going for YFP, 2 rounds away from closing this out altogether.
Wow. This comeback from YFP is exactly what they needed. I mean, Carpe got 4 rounds in a row in this half, and now YFP taking it back straight to them with 3 under their belt in a row. And off the back of just winning their gunfights, I'd say, YFP are showing off that they know where to put their crosshair. Their crosshair placement is pretty darn crisp. They're keeping it buff. And Carpe Noctem just having a hard time keeping up with that.
I agree. Mechanical skill has been a huge factor to this match overall because both of these teams are fantastic. But you got to give it up to YFP right now. Even on attack, during the defense, they were doing amazing stuff. Tony was fragging the heck out. So now it's their time to start showing that they can do it on attack as well. And they've been starting to wake up, come alive here. They just need a little time to adapt and learn the playstyle coming in here. We'll see what happens. I mean, the lockdown was saved on Carpe's side, but already off the bat, Jangler gets 2. Is the lockdown going to be worth it? I don't know. I mean, it's a 3v4. Potentially, you can still bring that back. I mean, JP2 does get paranoid, and they already get brought down, and Holy Kid just takes them out, and U-Haul is getting out. I'll tell you, we'll be able to find someone, which is nice, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it. 2v2. Fury's Hunter comes down, they find Teddy! That's pretty big! And they get big as well. Here we go. It is going to be 1v1. It comes down to this, and Jangler can just play for time. They'll actually just take the shot in the match point right there. The 4th going in, and we potentially are going to end it right here, right now, very soon here, Choice.
Oh my goodness. Really clutch plays from both sides, really. I mean, Polly getting that Hunter's Fury kill onto Fig before Fig took down Not Teddy, but it just wasn't enough. Jangler has the clutch potential of a god right now, and really clutching this round out to bring YFP to match point here. And Carpe Noctem, they have kind of a pitiful buy. They've got rifles in hands, but they do have a stinger in one of their hands as well. So this is going to be really tough. The Hunter's Fury comes out, down B long, and there it is. Tony getting a quick double kill might actually solidify this round, and this could go on over to YFP.
Aria tag also on to Polly as well, and but Tony, he lost his showstopper, and Polly's able to at least find one more before they go down. It's up down to Greedy, but that is going to be it. The Greed has fallen, and YFP will take this map securely. Amazing feat as well, since they had to finish it on attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Up against that 4 round in a row. I mean, I keep harping on it, but Carpe, we're just looking fantastic on the defender half, especially Not Teddy, staying on top of it, 23, 18, and 1, doing some work with those, with all of that util from Killjoy. I mean, Carpe Noctem had everything to do to win that, but no, YFP clutches out that last round and does a fantastic job. My goodness, Bemi, how do you feel about that last round?
I loved it. It was really fun to watch, and it was a super fast match as well, as both teams really favored that aggression, just taking those duels. But I will say, if you want to take those duels, make sure you bring a friend along to get those trades. And that's why we see, if you looked back at the leaderboard, the frags were a little more evenly distributed over on YFP Gaming
Yeah.
because they always had somebody with them to at least follow up on the trades. We had a lot of individualistic talent, and there was still some great coordination from Carpe, but I will say YFP, I felt like they sort of took the cake there.
Oh
And
yeah.
oh yeah, Unholy Kid, I would understand to be the match MVP there. Amazing stuff, really good flashes as well. Just was able to lock down the site. What do you think about Unholy Kid as well?
The biggest thing I want to point out is the fact that Unholy Kid has 7 assists. They have 7 assists as a Phoenix. I mean, it makes sense with the curveballs, but I want to say that they were using their fireballs, the firewall as well, to really keep people off of a site, off of the angles, and off of the pushes or retakes from the side of Carpe Noctem. And that's why they're on top of it all with that 284 combat score. Once again, a duelist having 7 assists, that's got to feel real good from Unholy Kids. That's for sure. But I want to say we're just about to jump into a quick little break here. We're going to be jumping into game 2 of the group stages. I am joined by Bemi, which once again I want to say thank you so much, Bemi, for joining us. I will be hopping off the cast. You'll see Barrio Kart coming on to my side. But Bemi, they will be joining us for the next 2 group stages, and this is going to be really fun. So again, I want to thank you, Bemi, for hanging out with us.
Thank you for letting me be here. It's awesome. And Choice, you have made my first map with you guys already awesome.
That's exactly what we want. So thank you again. We're going to be jumping into a break, but don't go anywhere. Round 2 of the group stages is going to be coming right after this.